Question 1. Anti-TB drug causing optic neuritis, and the options are rifampin, isoniazid, pyrazinamide, and ethambutol. Pause the video and think for your answer. Okay, if your answer was ethambutol, you're absolutely correct. And now what's the trick to remember this? Ethambutol affects the eye, and optic neuritis, something related to eye, okay? And among the all first-line TB drugs, ethambutol has the significant adverse effects on eye. Okay, let's proceed to the next question, which is anti-diabetic drug of choice for obese patients. And the options are metformin, sulfonylureas, repaglinide, and acarbose. Pause the video and think for your answer. If your answer was metformin, you're absolutely correct. And the trick to remember this question follows third question since both the questions are similar. Now let's proceed to the next question. This question says anti-diabetic drug of choice for thin patients. The only difference between question 2 and 3 was 2 was asking for obese patients and 3 is asking for thin patients. And the options are the same options: metformin, sulfonylureas, repaglinide, and acarbose. Pause the video and think for your answer. Okay, if your answer was sulfonylureas, you're absolutely correct. And now let's see the trick to remember for both the subtle differences in questions. Okay, you have to remember the word most, where metformin for obese and sulfonylureas for thin. Okay, let's proceed to the last two set of questions. These two questions are related to coagulation pathway. Now let's read the question. APTT done for assessing what? APTT stands for activated partial thromboplastin time, and the options are warfarin toxicity, heparin toxicity, extrinsic coagulation pathway defect, and low molecular weight heparin. Pause the video and think for your answer. If your answer was heparin toxicity, you're absolutely correct. Now, the trick to remember this question follows fifth question since both the questions are related. So let's move on to fifth question. Fifth question says PT is done for assessing what? PT stands for prothrombin time, and the options are warfarin toxicity, heparin toxicity, intrinsic coagulation pathway defect, and the low molecular weight heparin. Pause the video and think for your answer. If your answer was warfarin toxicity, you're absolutely correct. Now let's see the trick to remember both of these questions. From this slide, I want you to take note that what you have to learn is what is the drug being assessed and what is the test being assessed and what kind of pathway it is being tested. Okay, so the first line says we intrinsically have partial knowledge. This sentence is helpful to remember. APTT is for intrinsic pathway. Okay, partial thromboplastin time, partial knowledge, intrinsic pathway, intrinsically we have. So the next statement says pro features are extra benefit. Okay, prothrombin time, extrinsic pathway. Okay, now to learn further, we have wept and hint. Wept is for warfarin for extrinsic PT value assessed. It says everything: the drug, the pathway, and the test. And next one is hint. Heparin for intrinsic. We have to derive the test being assessed if we are learning hint. That's why we have given that we intrinsically have partial knowledge statement so that it will be easy to correlate things. I want you to go through this slide again to get a better flow of what's being said here. Okay, so that's it. These are the 5 questions for today. I want you to thank you all for staying patient and listening to all the 5 questions. Follow for more videos. We'll be uploading videos regularly and you can learn pharmacology one drug at a time. Thank you.